Baby said, oh, I don't want to wake up, yeah, the mama. As I take you, the world, do not set the world. Hey, Doris Passo, play your minor. Dear Lord, Mama, dear Lord. I found the soul, Mama said, to say blue and pepper song. To say blue and river soul, Mama said, to say blue and pepper song. To say blue and soul, Mama said, to say blue and pepper song. To say my own boy, you want to say you want to suppose to your children. To say blue and pepper song. And they want to know. See what I really want to make you do it, and let the results away. Well, I don't mind all that I saw with more. And I don't wish you, unless I will wait your body well. And for those who are you well, and I want to know. Say, rock on bear, wow. Jerusalem, Mama said, to do it, Katie, we are back. But that's who you are, all I said, to do it, by you, Boca. Sanjara, and I said, to do it, I said, put you in my Mama, that's who I said, to do it. Oh, get a wawa, or you are on Planu. Dear Taino, if you're we are, thinking you, summer. Irregular Monday. Dike Johnson Nabe. Awe. And yawo. To the blue at the basso. To the blue at the basso. That is who I found on your move. That's the you are my blue at the basso. For we don't sola, Mama said the blue at the basso. And you know, I want to let you. I might not do. Susan Paula, I said, that is so. You're not there just somewhere, no one little Yama. I do a whole might not go. Might not go more. I get Johnny Sue, I just say, I just go. I need a special.
Sorry, we want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Alfonso Z, and so this is a Friday edition, Lpr-Tv Live with the Analysts. And very shortly, the analysts are going to join us here. We will be having a conversation. Of course, you certainly can be part of the talking point. Welcome to the show. Let's get the ball rolling right here, right now.
Hey, you. It's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Just call today. Good evening. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. I am your host and presenter this Friday's editions of Lpr-Tv Live with the Analysts. I'm Alfonso Z and Soul from the New England Bureau. Right here, beautiful, cool-looking weather. I mean, everything just changing somehow here. It likes it wants to rain, no rain, but it's a very cool temperature here. We say good evening to welcome to the show. Victor, Mr. Morgan, man, where have you been? I wish I knew a number to check with you, but good to have you. I hope everything is okay. We miss you, man. Why? You were on vacation? You went to Baghdad or you went to LIB? Good evening. Good to see you back. Good to have you here with us. Of course, our guy, Don Peking LD is in the house. Good evening. Welcome. Venetia is here. Benany is in the house as well. We want to welcome all of you this beautiful Friday evening. I wonder who took pay today. Looking for I want somebody to loan me gas money to go to work. Next week is my pay date. We're going to add interest on it. Good evening. Welcome. Good to have you here. We always, without you, we feel the conversation to the talking point is incomplete because it is you that gave us the strength, the zeal, the wisdom, the courage for us to be here. Even if we are running late, we know we are obligated. It is a commitment. It is what we sign up for, and we have to do it. And this is why we are always here to have this conversation. We say good evening. Good to have you here. We hope people will participate in the process tonight. To the analysts, the link is out there as usual. You can come for us to have a conversation. We respect people's views, their opinion. We would disagree with them, but we will have a civil conversation for the good of the country, not necessarily to appease us, to all satisfy our political Goliaths, but for the good of the country. And this is what we prioritize here. It's on LPR. And this is why we say quality is better than quantity. Because when it's quality, it's just good. If you look at the number, it might be 500,000 people. Because some of them, they are just empty drums, empty vessels, just cause problem. And that's why we always focus on the quality. This is the Diaspora Informative News Magazine, Liberia Public Radio. Be the first to know. Today is Friday. Wow. May already comes to an end. So we're going to be hitting June. Oh, we say good to have you here. Welcome to this editions of the program. As usual, always to have you here. Let's see here. Okay, so this call bent and all of that. But let's see. We're going to have a conversation here. Let's take a quick commercial commitment and I will be right back in a split second with more news, information, and entertainment. This is AZ and Soul. This is LPR. We'll be right back.
Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services, and your friends in business.
And that's what we do. Excellence is what we believe in. We provide different services, not just on the political talking point. We also showcase your good stories that are worth telling for the outside world to know. We share your joy. We share whatever time you find yourself. We create that archive so that it can be a memorable event for you. So obviously, we do all of these things here just in case you have an event to cover right here in the USA or inside Liberia, be a wedding, be a graduation, baby shower. Every day, every aspect we believe is vital, is special, and so we always like to give our followers, I also like to serve them in that direction. It's not just only for the political elite. Most of you have some wonderful, wonderful story to share. And all we do, we just stand in the gap to enhance that, to amplify it, to blow it off so that the rest of the people will know your success story. So if you are here in Liberia and you are here in the USA, you're in a part of the world, let us know. We have the capacity to do it. Even if you have a business you want to advertise, let us know. We can do that. I will bring these virtual meetings or conferences, if you will, where our team, we can host a program here, and our team in Liberia can do a beautiful setup with a smart TV, projectors, and just bring it virtual as if you are in the very hall, the family watching. This is what we do. We say good to have you here. Good evening, to welcome the so-called rescue uncle and his nephews and all of that. Those people. We're good to have you here. Let's welcome Clarence Derry. Clarence Derry is one of our prompt-time valuable listener, follower, contributor of this network. Do I agree with things that he says? No, because he's a strong fan of the liberal. The liberal has managed to brainwashing. He's been he's drawn into the thing. Sometimes they fall apart because sometimes he takes some critical condition. Position which his liberal doesn't like. I give that to him, but 99% of the time he side with the liberal. So that's who they are. And they are doing everything possible to take control of this network. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen, because if we leave this network in the hands of the liberal and his ally, that would be dangerous for the country because of their political ideology. So we will not allow that to happen. And they are not going to create any situation that will make it uncomfortable to say that we will quit. We are not leaving. It will cause them to be forcibly retired from the microphone because of their divisive comments, statements, and this sort of dictatorial act that he continues to exhibit here since his return from Liberia suggests to me somebody has poisoned the water. And we're going to de-person that water, whether he likes it or not. He's so much this sort of authority thing. But he's a good guy, though. Yeah, so sometimes when I want to slam him, then I hold back guy because he's a good guy. Like today, yesterday, LPR, LPR is a network. We really don't look out to people. We do it by ourselves. We don't want to be contaminated by these political elite. But it appears now, from what I see, when the going gets tough and the tough gets going, they're telling me not to take side. This is the hypocrisy within the liberal and his ally. They tell you, oh, Mr. So, you probably did be on this side. You don't be like us. Yeah, all right. I shouldn't be like you, but you take side and you're cutting your dues and you don't want mentor. And such is the country. If you don't choose, you are alienated from the society. And that's exactly what is the liberal. He looks in my face. When we were starting this, you were not with us. You're not part of us. So you will not be included. So they push us aside as a Liberian because we did not establish that same political journey. Clarence Davis, they all in support of that. So I got to pick my own. Everybody wants to be in the fries because if you're not part of the process in Liberia, you will not be accommodated. You will not get a job. I need job. People need job to survive. Well, he's here, the most liberal on this network. He was formerly with Liberty Party, the Charles Bronski wing of the Liberty Party. After Bronski passed, he joined the wing of Nyombli Kanga Lawrence. He said that his sister, because he's a close friend to the late Lawrence. That's how their political association is. Billy King, somehow, some way, he jumped in there. What happened? What not happened? He left Billy. Now, he has turned 366 degrees. It's a strong mouthpiece. It's a strong advocate. Now President Jose Nyoma Boakai. And he's using this network. He waged an effective campaign which wouldn't get dime from Unity Party. Whether they give it to him, he didn't report it. That investigation, there will be a select committee be formed to investigate what went wrong, how the Liberal came to be in the column of the Unity Party. We're going to have that special select committee. I will chair that committee to tell, it's going to be an open forum. But he's here. I am not like him. I would never be like him. When I say it, I say it in his face, to give him the opportunity to vindicate himself, which he cannot do. Because there were some questions that I asked here. He swept those questions under the rug. That's who he is. And then he comes back to tell us and tell the audience he is not on witness stand. And he get his fans to celebrate and cheer him. That's who he is. Let me just bring him in. I'm going to have a conversation. I'm not hearing his guy, the president, is now putting some travel restriction, ban, or whatever in the question too. Will he also be part of that? Or he who makes the law, there's a set rule for those who execute the law. Let me bring in the Liberal Progressive, is based in Saxton, Sacramento, and is the host conversation with Samson To, a strong supporter and ally of Jose Nyoma Boakai, is joining me this evening. Oh, wow. You want to be there, what, Bob Willie now? Or in white tonight?
Thank you, Mr. So, for letting me on your show tonight. I think we will have a wonderful, wonderful conversation, and we hope that our brothers and sisters will listen and be part of the show, Mr. So.
Okay. You know the rules. When you are under the sounds of the independent, we do it independently. We do not allow these sort of dictatorial tendency that somehow came into play of lately since this guy returned from Liberia. I don't know whether he met the Unity Party people folks. They tutor him, they initiated him, or he went under the sycamore tree that was rooted out. I have no idea. But Elaborate, good to have you. Thank you again. We are not that friends, but there are one things that make us friends. The one thing that get us to be compatible in terms of your support to this network. When bill is due, then I recognize you as chair of the board or whatever. But when you pay, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. So I really don't care, but I give it to you. I'm not going to sweep that under the rug and tell you that it's been settled. We to really, really to appreciate that. But notwithstanding, that does not negate the fact that you will not be held accountable of some of the ridiculous comments and saying on this network that is being heavily supported by your so-called fans, calling themselves rescue uncle, rescue nephews, and all of that. We're going to empty all and have this conversation. Good Friday. What are you here to do, my man?
Plenty. Good Friday. Right now, I'm able to breathe. I can't breathe.
I can see it. The bottom
my stomach is so full. I need needle, bunch of needle to prick my stomach so at least the air can come out. I ate too much.
That's a sin, though.
Well, Mr. Soul, why? I mean, I am here. I drank all the children juice. The baby don't got no juice. The baby and the mom gonna look for juice. I finished all I want. I ate all the people left over Kobo. I ate all. So Friday is good.
Why you never eat that you think you eat? Granted, people cake cow, you eat it. But some district people cake gold, you drink it. So why you never eat that you eat? That will change your name for something total. Why? Come on. Grow on your forehead. 1 year for cow, another 1 year for gold. Then we know that you drank juice and this and that. But
no, Mr. Soda Friday.
Samuel Hollywood, man, this is a big name. Beverly Tote. Beverly, what's up with you? Okay, look, Libra. So you guys imposed travel restriction. It reminds me about Samuel Doe. So anyway, Boyka and the last Samuel Doe, they were all friends. In fact, Boyka once upon a time almost became a running mate to the president, to the former president, but something went wrong, and that didn't happen. But these are tendencies of the late Samuel Doe, these restrictions coming into place here. But we're going to empty all here, and we're going to play into forecast on some of the featured, assuming if it happens. I'm wondering what is going on now. If CDC, which of course another party to case hard to talk about, seeing what is unfolding now, what could potentially be or happens if CDC were to come back to power, and having Joseph Boyka, then would there be some sort of thing? Samuel Tua, was that Samuel Tua that cried the other day?
Yeah.
You felt sorry for him?
He's a human being. Yes, I do. He's a human being. It's a brother.
Who made him cry? Was that Boyka or who?
No, it's very sad, but the children that can't hear, they can suffer.
So who are those children?
The citizen. They were not listening to us.
You never been a sedition, or you
No,
were.
Mr. So, I've always given my advice to CDC, and a good one. As a political guru, I knew exactly how this thing was going to end, and I tried to advise them to stay on the right path. But instead, they decided to do map out exercise of $16 billion get missing, and Kuma coming to build of road coastal highway. We not only that, they came up. You remember the COVID? They brought some Nyama Nyama team from some kind of Guinea-Bissau in a small little bottle. We saw all of that, and I try every time they do that. I tell them there will come a time that you're going to answer to these things. Prepare yourself. Apparently, Mr. Tua was not prepared except to come out and cry, and I felt bad for him because he's a brother. He's a brother. I don't want any Liberian to feel missing their parents. Because when you see a man cry like that, he's wishing his mom and dad was around to put their arms around him. And I hope I'm not his mom and dad, but I wish I was there to put my arm around my brother.
The papa bad. How can I bad? So you were missing your mind part. What you were crying for? Yeah, liberal. Yeah, hello, Mel. Okay, let's have a conversation. Mr. Wally Bill, good to have you here. He's starting his Tabata already. Trust me, tonight is going to be another night of Tabata, but we will not give him the chance. We'll make sure and I continue. Okay, liberal, good to have you. Good, happy Friday. Thank you for everything, for your support. I can tell you, whatever fundings that were provided, we have settled the bill, and we will continue to be on. But I have to.
But let me say this. This is your second time mentioning. I wish you would have not done that. But Mr. So, let me just say this.
Yeah, can you let you say? I have to take. And you support Boyka? I have to make a decision at some point in time.
Yeah, but let me say this on a very serious note. You know, we've been, you and I and Nathaniel Cry Paul, Maxola Gisi, and the rest of the Alan Jeru and the rest of the folks. We've been on this LPR business for the last 15, 16, 17, 18 years almost. So we respect your leadership. And so whenever there's a situation that needed to be resolved, the fact that you're leading the institution, I am your boss, but I put you there to lead, and we will follow whatever we have to do to make sure you keep the lights on.
You can spoil the conversation.
I'm your boss. I'm your boss. And make sure you keep the lights on. We will support you. Not only that, we pay you staffing. We pay you, we buy you gas. We give you gas slip and all that kind of good stuff. So LPR has been good to you. LPR has been good to you. When President Baka then send money for LPR, we tell them to talk to you directly on the cover, and they deal with you directly. We know all of these things, and we're very grateful for your support on President Baka and the Unity Party, specifically the Unity Party, because I think you like Unity Party. Mr. So, it's been a wonderful, wonderful thing, and thank you for having us here again tonight. Let's talk about business. What are you doing? I hope you're not recording me.
What?
I hope you're not recording me. The kind of sound I heard over there, like you're recording me.
What do I have to record? You're live. You're being recorded already.
What these are all liquor talk. You got nothing on me, Mr. So. What I just stated right now, I can defend it. So liquor talk. Anybody can defend liquor talk. Ask Dr. Toto. He'll tell you, liquor talk.
He's another field progressive, so I don't even want to hear about him. You in that calabash, so he's another field.
Yeah, but we're glad to be here tonight to have conversation with you, Mr. So. Let's go ahead and talk about the national issues that affect our.
Let's look into your political playbook. But what I'm getting at here, this restriction reminds me of the late Samuel Doe. When things start getting zigzag, then these sort of restrictions in place. But what is concerning, not just only making this pronouncement, but would they be executed? Or is it just meant to satisfy or to kind of appease certain people or, society? Yeah, this is happening. But in reality, they are not forced. So I am concerned when does he realize that this is a sort of to avoid political waste? Is that the case now? Let's welcome senior analyst Terry Collins, another Washington.
So, Mr. So, thank you. Terry, good evening. Thank you for joining our rescue too. We appreciate it. Mr. So, something happened to me this evening as we were all glued, as usual, to a Spoon Network. And there was this issue about this license plate and what have you they were discussing. We know exactly what it is. But Dr. Broper brought tears to my eyes this evening, to be honest with you. His statement was something like, we, the older folks, are now stuck in a position where we are unable to redeem ourselves. My opinion. In that, the young people that's supposed to think about the future for themselves. They are thinking about present for themselves, thereby leaving the future for the younger generation in an unknown situation. These people, Mr. So,
is that your talking point or what? Because they your TS, they can't finish every time. One come down today, another one, it will keep coming down. So I just want to know because
I'm just going to make this point. I just want to. You ask me what's going on, and I'm just telling you. If you feel like you want to take control of your show, it's your show. I will yield to that. And so, but if you want me to continue, I will continue.
Go ahead.
So, the point that I'm making, Mr. So, the president is an older gentleman. Yes, he's very much wise, very, very experienced.
Who are you referring to? There are so many presidents.
President of the Republic of Liberia, President Joseph Nyimangbakai.
Be proud and call his name.
I am. I'm very proud of him.
Sincerely, okay.
However, he has these rascals, his words, not my words, surrounding him. They put him in a bubble. And when he turns around, he can't see anybody, some familiar faces. He doesn't see them. All he sees is the young people. And they continue to tell him, I believe, that they are doing things in his favor. Who in Liberia that will want to hurt President Waka for Christ's sake? Who in Liberia? And for what reason? Yes, you can say, well, maybe somebody from somehow Metro East. Is that the reason you're going to buy that kind of car for the woman, for the father of the nation? That when you're putting in that car, you can't even see your own children? What is this? And because he is unable to see his own children, the suffering of his own children, he can't sympathize with them. He can't empathize with them. He only hear about it. Let President Baka be President Baka, who he is and what he used to be. And let him lead us. Free our father. Free him. Let him be himself.
Who holding him?
Cartel. The cartel that he mistakenly put together. And that he can't get. Yes, I say so. And now to get out, it's not an easy stuff. Mr. Soul.
No, hold. This is quite fascinating. Things are coming from out of your mouth this evening. So, only cartel can join cartel.
No. I vehemently disagree with that statement. Vehemently, the father of the nation told us he's here to rescue.
Okay.
But accidentally,
what happened?
He brought in the cartel without realizing they were.
He brought in cartel.
Yes, but he didn't know they were cartel at the time.
No, that's a contradiction.
So why can't it be contradiction?
Hold on, I'm gonna bring Terry in. Terry is not a UN observer.
But you're gonna let me finish my statement.
Yeah, no, but I just want to make sure we get record here. Okay, he brought in cartel
without realizing that they were cartel. They were in this guy. He brought them in. They were in this guy. Mr. So you will not bamboozle me into this. He brought them in. They were in this guy, believing that he was bringing people on that were going to help him to move this country forward. When was the last time you heard the rascal talk about the agenda, arrest agenda? They won't talk about it because it's not in their interest. And there's nothing that he can do right now without shaking the entire government.
Okay. We're going just say
I got more to say on that. Go ahead.
Get some juice so because your temperature is going above sea level.
But let me just wrap up on what Dr. Brupler said today that brought tears to my eyes. He said the kids, the women, the girls that sells in the street, they have no other means to survive. Let them sell. And these are the same people President Baka told us that there will be no reason for them to be in the street. When he made that statement, he knew he has the ability to carry that on. But when the cartel came in and started introducing themselves,
when he brought
them in without realizing they were cartel. I told you already.
I want to hear when he realized that they were cartel.
It was too late. It was too late. It was too late.
So
So,
it's
in order to dismantle this cartel, let me just give you the reason now. Let me just land on this. In order to dismantle this cartel, you expect, then you're saying to the president, dissolve your government.
oh
And that is not possible.
so
Because many of the cartels hold a strategic position in this government.
okay. Is it fair to say? Is it a surprising thing? Let's digress a little bit. Let's backtrack. Who said we're going to dance with the devil? Was that a cartel?
So when we're talking some serious business, you tend to come here and degrade the whole conversation to a position where you want the liberal now to stand in his liberal shoe and be an evolving liberal. I'm trying to be somehow a straightforward liberal here tonight. But when you bring those kinds of conversation, then I'm going to say I am evolving.
Okay,
Because the thing going to change.
I want to go to Terry. Do you remember at some point in time during the political heat, some politicians, some political powerhouse said they would dance with the devil? Do you remember who said that?
You're asking me?
Yes.
That's a liquor talk from Prince Johnson.
Okay. Terry, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening to the examiner and to you, Liberal. Good evening. And to our audience as well.
Trucker, welcome. Evelyn, good to have you in the house. Mr. Sly, good to have you. The Tabata is about to unleash. Bill, John Henne is in the house. I tell you, by fate of my eye, I can see how embarrassed you are with your guy here this evening who, like, you know, back home in the country, when they see the person that witchcraft, they get certain things that they can fix. And then by the time they finish putting that thing together, you will just, okay, all the you pass through. Now, it's interesting that he brought in the cartel. And when I push him, he said, oh no, he didn't know there was cartel, and later on he's on. So the question now, will he die with the cartel? Or is he being entrenched? Is he entangled? Is he will he live for the rest of the life with the cartel? Does it commensurate with his statement that he want to dance with the devil? Were he referring to them? Liberal is not arguing that the identity of these people were not established. It's unknown. How will you just get her and bring people? These were people, they were part of the rescue mission and all of that here. You seem to be a little bit disappointed this evening, right?
Well, not exactly so. But Liberal always have his way out of his position, and maybe that's his position statement on what he thinks should be and what he expected to have been by now. But myself, I had a problem. I mean, I consider Dr. what his name, Beauplet, Dr. Beauplet statement, but here is where Dr. Beauplet's statement falls short of the bell, and I expect for him to know much because he's an economist, all right. And I think that Dr. Beauplet have allowed Stanton Waterspoon to spoon feed him now. So when we're coming up, my grandmother, when you're sick, my grandmother used to give you the teaspoon with the medicine inside, and we usually reject it at first, but when they force you. They keep giving it to you and tell you, if you don't take it, you will not get there, you will not get that, you will force to take it. And that what happening to Dr. Bob. Like, he's a very sound man, and I admire his position most of the time, but it seems that he have ducked. He have ducked to the spoon a way of presenting, because the guy is smart. What he does is that he overshadow all the smart people and make sure that all the smart people over the period of time will start flowing and talking the same way he's talking. And that's why with Dr. Beauplet. Dr. Beauplet is recommending that the government gave contracts or BB contract, which is fine, BB contract to Liberian, right? Which is fine. But the thing is, have Liberian-owned businesses step up to say, this is what we want to do, and the government failed to give them the contract? Like the I know MTL or what, or the transport management Liberia that we're talking about here, what they're producing, what they're providing, the services they're providing, Liberian companies can provide those services. But where are the Liberian companies to provide those services? We are not available. Like I always say, Liberians are not motivated when it comes to Liberian businesses. We're not motivated. We go for local businesses than, bigger stuff. So as a result, most of the foreign companies get the bigger contracts because they are the ones investing their money into those things. Liberian people are not investing their money into those things. Madam Selly opened the economy for Liberians to thrive. But how many Liberians, like that we're talking about here now? We're talking about how you call it thing? Or we're talking about this how you call it thing? Waste management something. Dwalu said he was doing waste management in Liberia. What happened to his company? What happened to Dwalu company? He was doing waste management. What happened to it? Another lady appeared on Spoon Talk. She was doing waste management in Liberia. What happened to her company? Today I saw the pile of died. That died that money. But they were doing it during Madam Selly's time. You know why? Because billions of dollars were attracted to the economy to help businesses, small Liberian businesses, to be able to thrive. So they did it for a while, apparently, got the money they were supposed to get, and after a while, the business broke down. But can they tell you why the business fell and why they are withdrawn? They, how you call the thing? These people went to Liberia. Or how you call it? Or these people, how you call it? The people from Ghana, on a JMB, to go do the waste management. They came from Ghana. Liberians made it out of politics. They said, oh, why the government can't get it into Liberian businesses? Why you want to bring these people to come? In fact, UN people got rid of them. Why are you bringing them? Or Zoom Lion? Why are you bringing them back? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? So the government did not go along with Zoom Lion. Guess what happened? Where is the Liberian sanitation company? Where are they? They know where they're waiting for the government to give them money. And have the government not done this before? They have done it before on many occasions. But we are Liberians, we sit back and wait for things to occur. Then when somebody else take on the initiative, because they are foreigners, we denigrate them. We are no different from the South Africans. The thing the South Africans doing in South Africa that what Liberians are doing. I regret greatly to see a Liberian girl selling plenty chips among cars. That's not where we're supposed to be. Dr. Bopler is right in that regard. But how can we change that trajectory? We have to take over the economy. We have been waiting for government. Government got to can't get it one. Government got to bring the other one. Liberians are so used to hand out. Until we see the opportunity, we don't venture in it. Until a foreign investment come into it. Then when the foreign investment kind of government get in the contract, then we get vexed with it. We say, oh, the government has to give it. But then when they ask you, do you have the expertise? Can you come and do it? You say, oh, the government might give you money for it before you can do it.
Okay.
And you know the government is not going to give you money. Now, they're trying to get Dara Zidon to go into a deal to take to pass a bill that will take $1 off every $5. What does that mean? That means that if I send my family relative $100, the government will be taking $20 out of that money. $20 out of that money will be taken. That means you have inflicted taxes on the citizens. What are you trying to say? You're trying to say you're generating that money so that we can give it to Liberian businesses so they can venture into this kind of activity. Is that what we're coming to go? Then after several years, what will become of that business?
Who is taking us there?
I don't know. But these are the things that we're trying to see. These are the things people see.
You don't know?
Oh, Mr. Soul.
Hold on. You see, I'll tell you, hold on. You see, the people that are always guilty, they have the explanation. Now I listen, I'm hearing you. The liberal king tell you own a tabata, you king tell you own a yobo yo. What a puppy? John, Papi. You see him dress Bob Willie, you see, he say like a young boy. Look, you guys should be explaining because of the disservice you did to us. And I don't know why you're freaking out on Stanton. You don't see nothing here. You're wait.
For me, I already have lost
You're wait and see.
confidence for him already. I know that he's not coming back. They play him here right now. He's not coming back from there. He want to see this government fall before he can change course, which of course are his own right.
Why?
You know,
Why you think he wants to go there? I think that's a wrong assertion against him. I don't agree with him most of the things that he does, but he was one of your darling boy yesterday. So
but
what?
that's politics,
You need to
Mr. So.
look.
Mr. So,
Oh, hold on. You were talking. I didn't talk. This is what happens if you are unable to keep your political essential. That's what happens. And I agree with Liberal said the cartel. They all were part of the cartel. And Gaddafi, he said that the revolution can eat its own baby. So not all who form and make the revolution can see the end of the revolution. In this case, it's a political revolution, and they felt that people should be kept aside. But they were not strategic. They were so quick. They were so fast to forget. This is a guy, I don't agree with him, but he was the live wire of the Unity Party. There could have been some other political accommodation. There could have been some political compensation. Guess what? That wasn't done. The hyenas, the cartels, and people think they can do it. He has an asset that can cause destruction, that can destroy.
I totally agree.
And they yet to realize that.
I totally agree with you.
Not CA yet.
He can cause real damage,
Rated with
and
aim.
he's gonna cause damage.
Yeah, he was initiated with aim, and he led a conspiracy to destroy CDC, to break down CDC using his financial might, power, whatever way, using the media, the airwaves, and all of that. So they never had a side. But the Unity Party people, they were so quick, they were so fast, and the old man was so disingenuous. Yeah, I mean,
Mr. So,
see,
Mr. So,
you know why are you interrupting me? You were talking here, you carry on, your Terry came and carry on. You're trying to find excuses that the people around him. And I'm gonna end on this note. I think that one of the things that you need to stop on this network here, the idea with people around him, he's a group, he's an adult. He is the chief executive. We count on his wisdom, like you always say on this network, to make sure, to scrutinize, to look at those characters that come in within. But if you come here to always tell us, oh, that not him, but the people around him, that was a statement yesterday. We all held the Magay, the Jefferson Koji, the this and that. We all blamed them yesterday. Am I lying, Terry? So why you want to remove those only from the crime scene?
Mr. So,
Fair to your audience. Go ahead.
thank you. I'm going to talk on first. Let me talk on Stanton's what I believe about him. What I do believe about Stanton is this. Those of us that are old enough to have seen Albert Port at its very late stage can simply say that this young man pretty much is in the spirit of the Albert Port. Now, what Stanton know about this government? If he opens up, this government will fall completely. Stanton has so much information on this government, but he's not going to do it. He's being responsible, and we should be grateful for that. Another thing that I do know that Stanton Witherspoon, all that he's doing, he want to bring people to light who have done more to damage the image of this government. And then he brings that to light. The thing this young man knows, the good thing for me, from my perspective, the good thing about him is that he's a nurse. So he know what medication to take to calm his headache. But the kinds of information that Stanton holds has with him, any other Liberian would have had headache every night and perhaps ended up in a hospital. Now, so what he's doing, from my perspective, is his way of telling people this is the government we have. And these are the kinds of things that are happening in the government. He brings those things to light. And we should appreciate that. We might not agree with him, those of us that support President Bakai, and that perhaps we consider him to be too harsh, but we should appreciate the fact that he brings these things to light. How he gets it, that's not even issue for me. Now, let me go back to Terry's position. Terry, I do agree with you that in fact, this government is doing whatever they can. But let me say this to you. The president told us that when he's become president, none of the children will sell in the street. They will be in school. Nobody will sell in the street. They will be in school. Street selling belong to the police to enforce the rule. School belong to the Ministry of Education to make sure that those types of things happen. There are two entities, and people are operating as the head of these two entities. You don't expect the president to come out and get in the street and try to police that. You expect those who he charged with the responsibility to do what they can to make sure these things that the president talk about.
So then let me interrupt here. Okay, now he is the vessel.
There's no he here. There's
No.
no he here. You must say not going through that. He is.
He is the vessel.
He's not a no vessel. He here to rescue. Let me tell my own. You tell your own. I finished. You were talking. I didn't say anything. Don't come try to manko my talk here. So, people who supposed to carry out this responsibility are failing the president. However, they are not just one or two. There's so many that if the president decides to take action, his government going to fall.
Wow.
Because in order to replace these people, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, most of the people are going to have to go through the confirmation process. It takes time.
Wow.
So I'm saying here that this president, using his wisdom, if these people are not sincere to take this country and think about their own future, the future of the next generation, if they're going to think about themselves, if you're going to steal in this country, make sure my people benefit from your stealing. You think that's another instruction?
So
That's
liberal,
an
can I
angry word.
inquiry? Point of inquiry, liberal.
Go ahead.
So you said the president told you or told us that no child will sell in the street. But did he provide the specific details regarding the timing or the method of how he would take them out of the street?
Terry, read the arrest agenda. It's spelled out in
You
there.
tell us. You tell us.
No. That's not my job to come and educate. My job is to enlighten. The two things. I'm not educating, but I'm enlightening. So please don't get me going here this afternoon. Dr. Tosa, he's the PhD. He can decipher that. But let me go on a very serious note. So when the president tells you, come and join me to move this country forward, you have a responsibility. Now, if the president was to come out and say, I do not want people selling in the street tomorrow, it's going to be. That's like a decree.
So
What happened after that? This is why the president employed these people to come to him so they can have a conversation. Mr. President, when you were running campaign, these are XY things you said that the Liberian people believe in. This is why I'm responsible. This is what I'm doing, and this is the end result.
Look,
That's how a responsible,
all right.
a responsible
Look, I mean,
supporter, team supporter would do. But
uh-huh.
none of these people do that. I give you another example, Mr. So please, let me just
no,
finish.
no,
When you were talking, I didn't say it. Let me finish it.
I'm not
I'll
running.
give you another example. No car gonna get stuck in 90 days. There was a $22 million available. Who was the most beneficiary of that $22 million?
Your friend.
It wasn't Liberians. It was foreigners. Jerry, when we talk about the foreign issue, it's not like we want to be like South Africa. It is those that are within the cartel that want to be the front of the foreign entity, that want to be a consulting to the foreign entity. Yes, still they're working for the government. These are the people that continue to ruin the chances of the Liberian. The hat that I'm wearing right now, I'm sorry, you can't see it. It said Liberian Engineering Society. I know these things. I have seen Liberian try to apply for projects. What do? They give it to foreigners. Because the foreigner can give more kickback than a Liberian is willing to give kickback. Because the Liberian, in order for him to get, first of all, he has to go to the bank to borrow the money. And the bank is already charging him 25% of the money that they have yet to give him. The foreigner is coming with the money. He bribed his way. He gets more kickback. So they give him the contract. He takes the money and go. Now, if we were to take that $22 million and say Liberian contractor, go and work, where would they take the money? They will spread the money from the counter they're coming from. That's how you build wealth.
Liberal.
Our brothers and sisters refuse to do that.
Hold on, I'll come here.
Yeah.
So today is what day?
Friday.
I'm asking the old man.
Friday. Oh, that old man. I'm 35-year-old.
Okay. When it is Friday, you participate. You're not executing. You're not.
So you want to sanction me?
No, I'm just.
Well, good night, Mr. So. If I'm going to be sanctioned, I don't need to be here. Good night.
All right, because they're much better. You know, you're going to come. You get nowhere to go. You get nowhere. Nobody beside me, so you will come back. What I will tell you on your point? Because look, but liberal, you're being very, very, very dishonest. This is very. It's so embarrassing when you're doing this sort of thing here. Very embarrassing. I'm going to come to that. But Terry, I think you there's something you want to speak on. Let me give you the opportunity to talk before you slip your mind.
Yeah, that just because Liberal was saying they know the president, the method, the president did state the method of how you would do it, or the timing it would take. Like what he said, 90 days, no car was taking him out. He said, not within 90 days, my takeover, there will be no child on the street, and all those kind of things. And how we're gonna do it? He's specific for Liberal, so we should go to the arrest agenda book, the vision. But here is the thing here, Liberal. The president have the final say. Everybody around him was appointed by him. He decides what happened. And if you say the president cannot, if the president fire people, his government will dissolve, then it means that the president is the engineer of every failure that is going on under him.
Thank you. Now I'm those you are right. Be honest.
Now, no, but to be honest, I didn't say he failed. What I'm quoting Labour now, from Labour perspective, that the reason why these things that are not happening based upon Dr. Bropler's assertion is because of the people around the president. And if the president fired, then they are a cartel, as the Labour aid take borrowing from the LBS boss, as he has, that this cartel, if the president get rid of them, then the government will collapse. Then that means that the president...
That now you let Terry, that now you know who Terry is.
Then it means that the president's vision and the people that he decided to carry out this vision, right? These people are the ones that are in charge. So if they are failing, then it means that he cannot get rid of them, knowing very well that he was elected and they were not. That means he is the one that is causing his own government to fail. But in the era of where you're talking about, Libra, that the contract should be given to Liberians. Those things have been tried under Madam Shirley. Just how you yourself, you engage with some contracts and some contractors. I myself had opportunity to be part of contracts that were given to Liberian companies that did not materialize to achieve anything. Those money was saffron and they were eating and people went free. You understand? The people just put paper together. Most of them, they didn't even have office space. They had organization, unmilled money to build. Unmilled have programs for Liberian-owned companies to build structure in almost every county under Madam Shirley. It failed massively. The government, these people have been tested. That is why you see foreigners dominate. The other day we were discussing it here. The legislature themselves discuss it. They say Liberians are not trustworthy in the marketplace. Even the central bank, or how you call them, how did they call them, man? The guys then were on they were on OKFN the other time. The guys then said the guys then said Liberia, the banks have sufficient money in the account, in the central bank. He said, but you know what? The money is not being released because of the lack of trust to give it to Liberians for them to bring back the money, to bring the profit. It's very difficult. So one of the reasons why banks are struggling is not that banks are not willing to give money up. Banks got money that is sitting down in the central bank, but they cannot give it out because when they give it out, there will be nobody they will not get their money back. One of the problems with Liberian economy is the failure to pay back loans. That is why our economy is struggling. So how do we change the trajectory? Let Liberians themselves, we come from the diaspora. You talking about the MT whatsoever, this transport stuff. Why Liberians can't do it? Why we can't bring the money up front? Like what you just said, foreigners have to bring the money. Why we can't do the one, like what you said, you bribe. Why we can't be the one to bribe the legislature then? Why should it only be foreigners?
You know,
So I think we are the cause of our own country being the way it is.
You're the cause. I'm not part of that. You're the cause. And now you're having a headache. I'm not having a headache. You're explaining, grabbing things here and there, try to gain life support. I'm not part of that. We forecast this thing a long time. We saw it coming. You know?
But I did not say the president failed.
I'm
quoting. I did not say the president failed.
You know, I'm not suggesting that. You said the president, that you're struggling now to find words to put together to see what is what. Simply because you people as the talking here, you people as radio personalities, you did not give a chance for real and genuine conversation to take place. You jumped the guns. You render decision. People listen to you. You use your microphone might and manage to persuade and convince people. Now you're coming back here now to tell us, you and your ally to tell us, oh, they're not here, that the people are right here, this and that. Well, that's not what we were told. We were told there's not going to be a blue, green, red, blue, purple Liberia, but more or less there's only a green Liberia. Now, these things happen when people do not have physical policy and they lack the courage to execute, but they just say it to appease and energize people. And because the country found herself in a state of desperation at the time, the person who was leading, who too was another bridge over troubled water, so it was easy. It was easy. Old man Vive's experience, it's not been manifested. It's not been practicalized. It's not been proven. For the Lpr to come here to tell us that he brought cartel unknown to himself and he's unable to release himself but prefer to stay in that bondage and die with it and send our country downhill. Amen. Why you guys did this to us like this?
But nothing have happened. We got 3 more years.
Mr. So, what
Nothing
we will
happened.
not allow you to do is to have us to stay here to try to apologize to nobody.
I
We
didn't
owe
ask-
nobody. No, Mr. So, let me speak now. Let me speak. You've been on your rent and what have you thinking, believing that we're wrong and we brought trouble to you. If anything, you should be grateful for us. You should be grateful to the President of the Republic of Liberia to make sure that Liberia and Liberians are getting what they want. Now, let me say this again, and I'm not here for kumbaya. There's nothing we can devour cola. Terry doesn't have to agree with me. That doesn't mean anything. The fact here is this: Terry and I in a great position to criticize. Terry and I in a great position to disagree in our form of criticism. Because why? People know very well that those of us that are criticizing, they know that we are not criticizing for the position of envies or jealousy. We're criticizing because we believe certain things need to be happening. So we know that. But let me tell you this, Mr. So. Why I'm not here to apologize, I will be truthful. I will be truthful. People will say, "But the man in charge, of course he's in charge." Have you been president before? Have you been president of the Republic of Liberia before? You know what it takes to run these rascals? To even to run the sexual organization here in America.
He himself.
Mr. So the liberal is on the floor.
It's rascal.
Whatever. I'm not going to let you lead me into the rabbit hole. Here comes another one here. The
God.
conversation is getting ready to go ridiculous now. But then I'm ready for it. I'm ready for them. So
Okay. So you know the rifle people take their rifle.
whatever. You can put me whatever you want to put me. You can put me whatever you want to put me. But here's the issue. That I'm going to say to you, Mr. Zeb. I think somebody's here for me to do their car, so I'm gonna be leaving here. So let me say this to you.
Oh, you run away with that guy.
Never, don't leave. Put me in a hole.
You know, I got. I'm a mechanic. I do cars. So let me say this to you. The president, those that are in this position to help him. There are many of them that are still helping.
It's just
But those that are in control, they have completely. Do you really believe in the back of President Joseph Waka mind that there's Liberians that want to hurt him, for which he's going to spend $1 million plus to get a car in Liberia, from rehab to the executive mansion, that a good runner like myself can run in 10 minutes? I forget about the big stomach, I can still run. But do you really believe that President Waka, in his back of the mind, that yes, people want to hurt me in this place? Let's get $1 million car so I can ride for protection. That's a work of a cartel. That's a work of a cartel. And this is what I gotta say before I leave, Mr. So. This is what I gotta say before I leave. The cartels that we have now, they are sophisticated, they're highly educated, they know how to hide themselves. And it will be difficult for us to remove our father from the cartel hands. They did it with President Weah. When we were talking here, nobody said anything. They now try. They're in control of this president. When it was starting, I was here. When the people put stop to John Molu joining them, I knew then they were in complete control. But here's the good thing here. We're not going to get tired. We're going to expose them from time to time. And good thing, we thank God we got people that with us who was willing to get the information and expose these rascals from time to time. With that, Mr. So, I'll say good night to you. I might come by. Maybe they'll say they're not ready to do the car when I explain to them that I'm on a wonderful show of your show tonight.
Dr. Male, before he goes,
Good night.
he has surrounded to you. He run here. He run. He run away. Look, man. I don't know the old man whether he to listen to himself. This is a complete impact. You know, I don't know then why he's a leader. You know, for he to always be giving excuses, oh, they want he brought it one, this one can do this, and come on. When you are a leader, you make some high decision, high choices that people will like, people will not like. But Dr. Mali, welcome to the show. Check your mic. We're still not hearing you. Terry, are you hearing me?
No.
You see, the Liberal now hijack your audio, he gone with it. They make it to do that. So probably maybe you want to go off and come back. Let me see. Maybe I can get you off and come back and see whether it would be better because the Liberal now, something you're okay. Look, Terry. Look, on a serious note here. I was just talking about what different with the travel restriction. What different would that make?
Well, maybe it's gonna make a difference. Maybe the president discovered that a lot of a lot of the work, the people he appointed are leaving the country on multiple vacations, you know, and it's about time that he take measures to hold everything down so that they can stay in the country and do the job. Because when they in the absence, the subordinates are not going to carry on the job the right way. Like we have a saying that says, if you want to get a job done, you got to do it yourself. And Madame Seti understood that very well. That's why she always used to complain about that as well. You
hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh yeah,
On labor, you got to be back. But there was something I wanted to support labor on. Something I wanted to support labor on when he said something about if the president do take a decision, his government will crumble. Now, here's why that statement he made is is correct. They have gone 3 years. Anybody, the president that is close to the president entourage, that the president fire now or take action against will get on social media. They will be used as a weapon to bring his government down, even if most of the things they're saying are not true, because they know a lot. We got a parable that says, you know, when the fish come from the water and tell you what the alligator is doing, you got to believe it. You see, and Liberians believe in those kind of parables. So yeah, that is true. But then again, you are the president. Do you want to succeed or do you want to fail? You know, it's up to you to make that decision.
But CEO.
Yeah, let me bring you in, Dr. Mali. I mean, I don't understand these guys.
I hope this is not some kind of a salad dressing here tonight that you're going to have Terry and I abstain
have a
at bottom
question
here and
here.
not talking anything.
But a liberal, when he talk about the cartel, I don't know when they got to realize that there's a cartel moving out to hijack the president longevity. I don't know when that cartel started. But here is my question. When you find an organization or an institution on the offensive rather than being on the defensive, that's a problem. Because this government came to power to disprove certain political concept. By even using a nomenclature term rescue. So now the Liberian people have come to a place now. The Liberian people are at a crossroad right now. Try to compare what happened in Georgia government to what is unfolding now. And you will not believe it. There's a popular opinion in Liberia now that the same thing that was happening in Georgia government also is even happening with some strange phenomenon going on in this government. You see? And so when the government start to go on the offensive, like what the man of God just said, the president removing people right now, he got to be very circumspect about that. Because it is good in politics to depopulate your critics, and to increase angry population, that will not hear your whistle anyhow you blow it. You see, because the government is on the defensive, offensive right now, and it's not a good thing. Georgia went through that before, and it became a problem for him. You see, so there are so many new things coming up that never even took place in Georgia government. This government has not thrown one person in jail yet. Now one corrupt person. This government has decided to put forward the World Economic Crime Code to Parliament. The same Parliament is infested with the same war thing. Most of them saying that they are infested. I don't know how they're going to even pass that other bill. All right. Moreover, the framework of the World Economic Crime Code, I have not seen the framework. You see, after the TRC died prematurely 12 years ago, honor His Excellency, Madam Salif, when that TRC died prematurely, now it's been given a new name now, World Economic Crime Code. That's even more complicated. I don't see the future where even if this thing kick off to see Helen Johnson Sirleaf standing in our court, I don't see the future under His Excellency President Boakai. I don't see that future. Not at all. There's the open allegation of corruption with Helen Johnson Sirleaf's son. Looking down, Loka. Have you ever heard the president talking about it? Now they're on the defensive that there was a cap. You can't talk about it again. Corruption. So the government is on the offensive right now, and it's not a good thing. And the popular opinion in Liberia now is that this government is repeating so many things that Georgia did. You see, and this government is a rescue team. We're not supposed to even be going around some of those things Georgia did, not at all. So the issue of even the austerity measure now the president came up with, that they travel thing, government official. My question now is the president not aware when people are traveling? Are they not traveling with his acquiescing? Or is he talking about the entourage that he take with him? Or people just bypassing him and going? Then the question now is, who is in charge?
So, and that is the consequential questions we've been asking. The Liberal is unable.
Who is in charge? At least to some extent, Georgia was in charge. But who is in charge now? Are the ministers in charge?
Look,
when did the president get to know that most of his ministers are just going on flamboyant trip and it costing him a lot? Where has he been?
I can tell you, Liberal doesn't have an answer.
Yes, I do. How do you know I don't have an answer?
I don't have an answer because
how will you know that I don't have an answer when I haven't even spoken anything on that issue?
You're just unable to answer them, so there's no way. But look, I can say since the
you have the answer.
Since the fall, what?
You have the
answer.
Answer. I always been providing the answer here. When you are unable, then I provide the answer. But yeah, what I can tell you, since the fall of Sylvester Grisby from the executive mansion, everybody turned to a loose cannon and they're doing everything they try to do. And you look at it technically, they were like happy because he really had things under control. This president is unable to discipline. He said he frowned that during he frowned on it during the cabinet meeting. You told us things are going to be different. I mean, you say one thing and things on the contrary happening consistently, repeatedly. I can tell you no war. They just used that war and economic crime code because it was something that Liberian was screaming. People were yelling. They don't know the long term, what are involved. You saw the Sierra Leone. The Sierra Leone never accommodated. They never rewarded these people with political or with state power Unlike us, we did that. We took these people to be policy maker. You think they're going to prosecute themselves? You think they're going to set up a framework that will hold themselves accountable? No. So this is the question now that is coming in mind. Helen Johnson Sirleaf, like you restfully said, and well, she just apologized, whatever. But what happens when she won that Ibrahim award? 5 million. Was the government of Liberia compensated? No. So the question now becomes, the Ellis Kumi, potentially Tiawan Gongro, Musa Belete, former President George Weah. I'm wondering, I'm praying to see it. I'm praying to see what will happen after 2029. That when any of these people want to take power, I'm wondering what will become of Unity Party and even Jose Nyuma Boyka. He's yet to prosecute anybody. We're seeing committee over committee, indictment over indictment, zero. And then you come here to lecture all the rascal people, right? Of course, Rascal hang up with Rascal accommodate Rascal, and Rascal smoke the pipe of the being Rascal. That's what we're getting. It's a complete dishonored and hypocrisy for you to come here with that sort of bold face to be lecturing, and your supporters think it's okay. That, oh, they want doing it, not know about it. Oh, they want it, not know about it, but the people hijack. Well, he is the chief architect of hijacking the process. Yeah, look at the billing there. They're here to tell us today, and you never open up because they lose their priority. You build building in the forest there to hold ECOWAS peace conference. Why you can't take what a Guinea president is again? Terry.
Dumbuya.
Okay, you know him. Why you can't take Dumbuya there to go talk about the land business? Since you knew this thing was coming, that's why you built a multi-million-dollar. When you said people are saying want to sell in the street. When you should have divided Liberia into zone to have some sort of increase the vocational capacity, training to take these people out to be self-employed, to have to learn new skills. What did you do? You build something in a place there with the hope that when Liberia, Guinea, Sierra Leone, or Cote d'Ivoire making flour, you will go to everything. Okay, hell of a flour now fall down. Are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
And you are guilty of that. You are guilty. And I know you're feeling bad. Terry, equally feeling bad. I am vindicated because we have far before. Isn't that funny?
But see, let me add this.
We said this thing here before. But what I'm saying here is, and here we are, the president is in the full campaign spirit, not even taking into consideration what you're talking here. Yeah, T5 is so improper. The next thing we want to see orange students start coming up. Where these monies are coming from? Who are the chief financial of these things? Now giving blessing. But we can say for sure, and they getting in fight with, that's the most dangerous thing that they are doing, to get in fight with media institution. They better don't. They better don't, because even if you say you close Spoon down, you're not going to close Facebook down. Everybody get a channel phone that get FM that they can listen to. You know? People, Liberian people can go hungry, but they prefer to have that little internet data to know exactly what is going on. And it is disappointing. For those of you, this is the problem. You people who support people that do not have the guts to tell them if they are even doing something wrong, to tell them, hey, but you come here and give justification, you give excuses, and you think it's okay. The same very excuses you never gave the last time around. Now you have become the champion. You're blowing the horn of all excuses. He don't know. So then who's running the show? Who is running the show? Liberal, tell us. You want to answer that question for me?
If you're ready for me, just go. I'm here out there to be here to help you out, Mr. Soul.
That's what I'm asking. I said, tell us who's running the show.
President of the Republic of Liberia, President Dr. Joseph Bakar is running the show. Look, Mr. Soul, I'm going to say this again. I'm not here for kumbaya. There's no friendship on this network as far as I'm concerned. I have evolved. I'm a little bit grown now. I'm 25 now from 35. I mean 35 now from 25. So I have gained a little more wisdom. I'm not going to use the kinds of language that I used to use before to describe my fortitude, my kahuna. But I'll say this to you, Mr. So. Look, the issue of Liberia is a very sad one. Those of us that have been around for quite a while, we know these things are very sad because some of us were hoping that the fact that many of these young people, I enjoy Liberia. I used to go to EJ Raw. I enjoy Liberia.
So all the talent show then,
Yeah, well, EJ Raw, yeah. I saw Prince Ningo. I saw Prince Ningo in EJ Raw. I saw Jim Brown at Tottenham Stadium. I saw who else? Ernesto JJ from Ivory Coast at EJ Raw. So I enjoy Liberia as a young man.
Monisika from Cote d'Ivoire.
From Cote d'Ivoire, I saw that. I saw Joseph Chessy when he was considered to be Paramazin of the Republic of Liberia. I saw that. So I live in the barracks, BTC. So my life, as far as Liberia's net is concerned, is complete, so to speak. Many of these young people that are now involved in the government, many of them, their lives were interrupted. Can you imagine these young people today that are running the part of being the process of running the government? Very intelligent. Can you imagine if these young people were to be allowed to carry on their daily activities and be able to graduate LU and study abroad? Do you know the kinds of brain we will have? And what is painful for me is this. Now we all know your life was interrupted. You came in this country at a very young age. When I came here at a very young age, I decided no school. I want to do yaga yaga about car with my school fee. Until the people packed me in a suitcase and sent me back. So, Mr. So, I'm just telling you this. This is very sad for me. Because many of these young people that are dead now, they should say, you know what? These people, the Republic of Liberia, and the politician then did not give us the opportunity to grow up. Now we're here. We're men now. We will put together and make sure the young people that are coming after us were successful. Many of them don't even talk to each other. They fight among themselves because of jealousy. So what is the essence of you going through all of this suffering to get back to Monrovia to steal? Who are you? What interest do you have? Yourself? And this is where I'm coming from when I say, when the president employed these people, I bet he didn't know that many of them will turn out to be to where they are. And I'm my argument tonight, I will stick with that. Whether it's popular or not, Mr. So you know me. No sheen on the face. Ain't nobody can do it. You know my head. No, I'm not going to touch that one. You say not to do it again, so we'll stay away from it. So the point that I'm making here, Mr. So, I will stick with my argument. And that is, this president, at this time, many of the time he told the people they're rascal in his government. Many of the time he told the people, if you want to steal, make sure you're stealing, benefit my people. Is that an encouragement for them to steal? Or that's an angry word coming from an old man who, father of the nation, who believe these people should do X, Y, and Z, and they are doing contrary.
A wise word?
Let me say this to you. Let me find out.
That's a wise word coming from a wise man.
No, Mr. So that's an angry word saying to his kids, you can't do this. I didn't bring you here to do this to us. You cannot. You were brought on here to help me to lead. But you were brought on here, Mr. So you see, you interrupt this liberal so much that people get angry with you when you go places. People call you and say, "Oh, that you, Mr. So you say the way you can treat liberal, that's not good thing." They tell you this other thing, but you continue to do that, and they watch you. Say, I bet you there are some people right now. Tomorrow morning, they'll start complaining to their workmate. Mr. So the way you can treat a liberal is bad. It's bad. I mean, the liberal will not even go on a show. I've heard this myself. You continue to do that, but I'm not going to sit here and let you bamboozle me in running away from your show. I don't mind engaging you. Finally, Mr. Soul, let me say this. The president, right now, if you were to say, you know what, you're dismissed. Like Terry said, first of all, these people are going to turn to social media and try to bring this government down. Lastly, Mr. Soul, when the president made this statement about people traveling abroad, that perhaps you need to have specific reason, I feel a little bit vindicated your words I'm using now, in that perhaps he's getting to realize that these young people were smart enough to put him in a bubble. And perhaps he's trying to wiggle his way out of the bubble. Maybe, just maybe. Well, I'm waiting to see the implementation process of this travel ban. If it is straight, then I know he's getting out of the bubble. But if I see people that I know and they start traveling from one place to another, then I know we're still in it. Mr. So, it's a wonderful show. It's a wonderful show. Thank you for the opportunity for me to express myself freely without any, of course, I'm not going to say that because you interrupted me so many times. And what I'm saying right now is so piercing to your co-host holding his head, knowing I'm making sense tonight. And people on the platform, my Esther and everybody love me for that. And Mr. So, I'm loved on this platform. I'm the political guru. Thank you.
Terry.
So, for the traveling ban, even Madam Seti had in 2017, 2010, 2009, 2014, Madam Seti put, in 2017, she put a 60-day ban on foreign travel because and her reason was because she wanted to curb revenue, because she wanted to maintain the money in the country. It's a strategy. And I think the president's decision on that note is very good because guess what now? The $800 million budget that was collected last year and the 1 point something billion budget in this government prepared for this year, those monies, most of those monies are going to be spent on the hierarchy in the government. So when you leave the country as a minister, you bringing that money to the US or you bringing the money to where you're going to go spend vacation. And that is why we say Liberians, we pretend that we love the country, but we really don't. So you prefer to leave that and come to the US and spend the money instead of staying home and spending the money there. So Madam Seti said, and that's why I said the country need an economist. I see people writing Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings is not an economist, Mr. Cummings is a businessman. Not only that. People saying, oh, Mr. Cummings coming to work with the same people. Who are going to work with? You saw that we are tired and something. I know we are tired protest. That was who the man brought? The man brought the same Louis Brown. He brought the same. Listen, Liberia system is not about who is leading the country. It's about it's not about who the person in charge. It's about whether you have the right skill set, right? That is needed presently to solve the nation's problem. Do you have that skill set? That's what we're looking at. Because the skill set you need, that skill set will be the only means by which you can solve and mitigate these problems. You see, I've seen Dr. Toto was talking about, I know the people say $1 on every remittance. Okay, Dr. Toto, maybe you need to come and give a better explanation. That would be fine. Because I say I don't know. Maybe I'm speculating, but the one we heard all there, $1 on every $5. But you need to come on the show and give us clarity on so we can understand what they're saying.
Because used to bring the report from the diaspora conference. What's
okay. But anyway,
they are the people that gave me the headache we are having today. So that's why he stays in Pittsburgh there and throwing all his stuff here. He can come here.
But yeah, so we need, you see, like this budget, right? Do you know? I was just looking at it. Something We got $190 million US in the country from all banking in the reserve, in the central bank reserve. Most of that money there can be used to give to Liberians to empower them. But what the banking system are saying to the central bank that these people cannot pay back loans. And how do you expect a typical Liberian man to pay back a loan when you don't have the means of income? You have to have income. So most of the people who even go to the bank for money do not have the income to be able to fuel that loan that they're going to take. So as a result, most of the Liberian people, they're not able to pay back loans. So what happens? The loans go back to the foreigners because the foreigners are consistent. They get ties. They get other sources by which they can generate money. And you have to do the right business in Liberia to be able to attract the right revenue stream. Is that happening in the country? So that is what I'm saying. That's the reason why the country economy is staggering. Because the president, the president have an economic advisor. In my opinion, that the first man you need to fire. Because by now, that particular man is supposed to be able to tell you what to do in order to create jobs and opportunity for your people to be able to thrive. Once you don't have the people being able to thrive in that kind of economy, building road means nothing. Building roads, you build roads, even you have electricity is fine, but all those things will mean nothing when the people cannot generate the income to take care of their responsibility. More to that, we firing people instead of employing them. So I think this is where the government going to struggle. This is where they're even struggling and all of that, and in many regards. So in my opinion, the first place, if I was President Barker, the first person I would fire in my government is the economic advisor. In my opinion, he's not doing anything. Thank you.
CEO, I think I want to use the same phrase again. I think there's a foregone conclusion now that the Allied forces are in disarray. It seems to be they are being subdued by frustration. But my question now is, because frustration comes in sharp disagreement most of the time. But I think what the ally need to start worrying on now is, what is the strategy now to have the Unity Party Part 2 re-elected? What is that strategy now? Because I noticed even the president, His Excellency, even emphasized on that. He said the people, he went somewhere and the people said, oh, that road will eat. Oh, that electricity we went eat. So the question now is, what can the Allied forces do now to prepare for re-election? Because it's like they're creating more ground now for CDC, to be very frank with you. All right. Now, the men of God just made a brilliant analysis here. People should be fired. I don't know whether that's the last strategy to kick people out now. I don't know. The liberal said the SNSA have been hijacked by cartel. So, if you say you're in the interest of this president, you will be telling the president enemy that he being hijacked by another enemy in different suit. This is sad. Now we're beginning to see people real color here. You see, because the problem now is we try to prevent, the government is doing everything to prevent CDC from coming to power. But from what I see hearing tonight from the liberal and the men of God, it's looking like the government is doing everything for CDC to come to power. Thank you,
Mr. So. I'm gonna show something here that I'm
Dr.
putting up right now. Let me show you quickly. And these are things that I keep saying to our people, that we cannot and we must not lie to each other like that, because they don't help us, to be honest with you. It really don't help us. Okay, so
who are lying?
well, hold on. I will show you, then I can say it. Hold on. Let me just.
Liberal tell who are lying. You will put a thing.
I will. I'm gonna tell you when I show it. I will let you know. Let me see if I can share that here quickly. and then first of all, you tell me what this is. Okay. Where are we? Okay.
Labor is wasting our time. We gotta go on.
Mr. Whatever your name is, baptician. Yeah.
Yeah, amen. And frustrated by whatever your name is. You don't know your name.
No. But let me share this. Mr. So. Let me share this. You see this here?
Mhm.
Let me describe this. On the left here
Yeah.
is a high-rise building. On the picture here, this is a conference table with a high-rise building behind that.
Mhm.
You know what it's coming from?
No.
From the arrest agenda. Do we have the kind of building in Monroe?
Oh, the
Do we have the
immoral.
kind-
The immoral now.
No. I'm this picture that I'm just showing you.
Uh-huh.
They have it inside the arrest agenda document.
But
Why would you put
I said a physical scene now in Liberia, right?
Well, it's in the arrest. Anybody can have, if you have access to arrest agenda, you can see that. Why would you put something that does not even represent your country into an agenda that's supposed to bring development into the country? If you come from the start and lie like this,
Now I understand now. So who is lying now?
Mr. Co-host Danama, please, I tell you that one there. Okay.
No, don't tell us.
Mr. So I gotta make my point. What is the essence?
Listen.
What is the essence? The people who read the book, I don't know who read it, but what is the essence? If you are not truthful with us, this is what I'm saying, that the cartel took over. Because if President Baka was to be able to truly review it, he would have rejected this picture. This does not represent us. Why are you putting this kinds of stuff in our picture? Why will you not even put Broad Street into this? Why will you not say, this is what we have and this is where we want to go? Why you make this? And you know the description of this picture? What does it say here? Let's go to that.
So liberal, who is lying now?
Dr. Mali, you want me to come? I finished addressing the devil. Executive summary. I finished addressing the devil. You want me to come and address the devil in public? I beg you. Okay. This is coming from the agenda. Now, you tell me, if you're going to sell, for example, if this was a binder that you're going out to sell for you to get money, the smart people in the room, oh wow, this is Monreal, it's sweet, it's beautiful. Then you're gonna say, no, that I'm Monreal. What kind of business is this?
Look, guys, I gotta go, man.
So, Mr. So, we are talking about the country, the Republic of Liberia.
No, but you're not being realistic, liberal. That's the problem. You're talking about the country, you're not being realistic.
Why is that? Because I'm not telling
you. So that the cartel brought that thing and the president didn't know about it?
I just told you the people who wrote this book, they the one put that in there. That's what
so the president did not see it?
I don't know. I wasn't there. But what I know of the president, what I do know about the president, and from the time he was campaigning, because this document was one of his first outstanding documents that he asked the team.
He's aware. He's in the loop. He's aware.
Well, you can classify as such. I'm not here to say no. He know that I'm an issue.
No, I think we need to bring a level of authenticity in this national conversation. You two, don't make me to say something.
You think I'm here to come please you?
It's not a matter of pleasing.
Then why are you asking for authenticity for what? For what?
Yes, because the audience.
Which one is not authentic? I just show you here. Go and look on the arrest agenda page.
No, liberal.
The arrest
agenda. You laid a premise in the discussion here.
Republic of Liberia towards the Vision 2030 arrest agenda for inclusive development.
So who owns the arrest agenda?
The people of the Republic of Liberia, and the people of Liberia owns it.
CEO, I think you got to close the program.
I'm not surprised.
What do you mean? Yeah, we passed time.
I'm not surprised. He was tutored. They were tutored how to cheat people, how to get short words. God,
Who do we cheat? Who do we cheat? We didn't cheat anybody. We flog people.
I didn't say. I said how to cheat people up. Ghana making new land. This one not doing this.
Those
And
are frustrative behavior because he was
But Mr.
frustrated.
So,
Because he was frustrated of the
Mr.
behavior
So,
of the scene.
okay,
Mr. So, let's bring
Wait
the
a
topic
minute
home.
now. Who was frustrated? Who was
Because
frustrated again?
it seems like you and your co-host are chosen to put me and Labor on the
No, we are
witness
asking.
stand.
We are just asking
Even
simple
though,
question, man of God.
even though you put us on the instead of putting us, because if you are put two of us on top and put then we're on a witness stand, but you put us below and you
Now,
know.
now Stevie is
but-
asking question. Is this a frustration day?
No,
Because
it's
you're
not.
You're
So,
not answering the
Dr.
question.
Mali, let us come home. This president government is way better than CDC
There we go.
in so many regards.
That is our playbook. Thank you, Terry,
understand?
for going back down there. Now let's see where you got to say.
So tell me now. So
Uh-huh.
you're gonna win re-election on these things, right?
This government,
Definitely.
as it stands, by 2029, what all that is being put into place, this government can win CDC easily.
So assuming election were held today.
If election were held today, JMB will still win.
We still win.
You see, you got to
Doesn't even have
understand.
to campaign. Doesn't even have to campaign.
Now. Wait a
His
minute.
preference for campaign.
First of all, you know what you got mistaken?
No. You bringing a document here. You said a rescue document. The people have lied. So who have lied? Who gonna vote for you?
No, wait now.
The document and you say cartel. Who are the cartel that hijack the government? Who are the cartel?
Well,
Close the show. You're not close. Good
we
night.
have
Thank
the
you for
ability.
show.
You see, by us criticizing certain things in the government does not mean that CDC government was more successful than this government. It does not even mean that CDC is coming back.
No, in the CDC government, the no country took piece of land.
There we go. Yeah,
No country took piece of land. But you know what?
Guinea coming to again.
No country took piece of land.
No. Under the CDC government, and that country took Liberia land. Yes
well,
or no?
No country take piece of land, but there was several things that were taking more than land.
You know
As
why?
you all learn some of the things that were taking.
No, the land business now is an issue for the election. You got to solve it.
No.
Okay, guys.
How many of your info here that will vote for GMB? How many of you? They have a Nima which
when CDC took over,
they will neutralize you.
And CDC the president open duplexes and will also
All right.
Right?
We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it.
Can I make a closing? Can I make a closing, Mr. So?
Hold on 1 second. I know how.
I stay on the floor.
I know how.
You came late. We're closing. Can I make my statement?
The both of you put us on the witness stand tonight. You and the examiner. And
Now you brought your case up. Nobody brought it up. You show video here. You say people lie.
Yeah, what I'm gonna say, and then you guys can do it. Listen. The reason we are having these sort of endless day and night having this conversation.
You three say open your line so you can talk to you.
No, I don't.
No, Karen gotta come tomorrow.
You're gonna bring to me.
Rescue. Forget it again. You
He coming with reinforcement. You gotta come tomorrow.
Rescue 3, they will not let you talk. Just forget it. When you withdraw, you want to talk.
With the hope of making our people to understand what is happening. But when we have the liberal and his ally behaving the way they are behaving, doing things the way they are doing, and the thing that they are not liable to answer people's questions, they say something, we must accept it. Even when we need further explanation just for convenience, they're not willing to do that. That is a problem. That is a challenge. You all are helping to get the country to go the way it's going. But we want to thank you. We are not going to sanction you. We'll continue to have you here to expose you for the people to know who you are, how unstable you are, how you are involved. You can be here today, the next day you're there. Those are your own words, not me. And it's quite fascinating. You are learning the word. You are learning a lot of words from the master. And those are the words that you are using here. Let's get a closing statement before we can leave. Terry Collins.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. So, for the show. But we, in no way, criticize this government with the anticipation of the return of CDC. Not one bit. Neither do we regret the taking over of the rescue mission. This government have brought so much enlightenment to the nation, have given people the opportunity to share their opinion and share their view. They have opened the government to you that you can know what's going on in your government as compared to previous years of the CDC-led government. One thing I did not see with the CDC government was the ability to condone criticism, wherein they themselves could checkmate the government. Even right now, you see most of them under there, they will never checkmate the government, they will never show the wrong. But that is what we do. We show our wrong, but we can tell you that this wrong is not sufficient enough to warrant the return of CDC. You understand? And even the other group of the other opposition on the other side, what can they do when they're working with the same people? One of the things, I don't want to call names, but other political leaders, if you're a leader who can be controlled by previous leaders that have been accused of doing all kind of stuff, how can you run a country like Liberia? One of the difficult countries in the world to run is Liberia, the Republic of Liberia. Why? Because our mindset, we're from war, our mindset, we are still traumatized. Coming out of that, we are transitioning. And I think most of the problem that we have now is fixable. And that is where I will leave it. Thank you. And we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it, Dr. Mali.
Lebro, 1 minute.
Are you running the show now? Lebro, 1 minute.
Mali veteran now. Guys are mad now.
I'll close after you. You came late.
Lebro,
But let me say this. I know that's not going to happen. So let me just go ahead and I don't want to fight with anybody tonight. I want to thank you very much.
1 minute you can give me, they will be giving it to you now. 1 minute.
That don't want me I can give you.
Say you change it.
Let me Liberia. But let me say this on a very serious note. I want to thank you, Mr. So. I want to thank you, Mr. So. It's a wonderful thing to be here, to have this type of conversation. We're not here regretting. There's nothing here to regret. We're not here dissatisfied. There's nothing here to be that provide any kind of dissatisfaction here as far as I'm concerned. I'm just pointing out things that we need to improve on. And to be honest with you, the President Waka had not taken this leadership of this republic. I don't know what would have been today, to be honest. Because of his leadership, that Liberia is improving and continue to improve. Because no matter what, no matter how much stealing is happening, he always emphasize development. Look at yellow machines all over the country. Most of the county officials, those who are smart, among the county officials, those who are smart, within the next 5 years, their county will be so much developed than even Monrovia. Because President Waka and his team has given them the tools to connect these villages. And as long as these villages are connected to the capital city, they will be able to bring food in the markets, in the little towns, to be able to sell. And as long as people are selling and not being hungry, they will be able to do work. That's another form of development. And this is what we need to showcase. My only issue that I have is that many of these people that are supposed to go out and sing this song. They are not there. They are not together. We depend on the captain alone to score as many goals as possible so that we can win the game. Well, he's scoring, but he's a human being. He will get tired. Those of you that are supposed to be the supporting staff, do your job, please. And that's all we ask. I want to thank you very much for the opportunity. Like I said, I'm not here for kumbaya. Be truthful. And I believe that I'm very truthful here tonight. I'm not being sycophantic or anything like that. If you believe I am, so be it. I'm still here in Sacramento. Nobody have come there. I don't know them. They don't know me. I told you. I only know one or two or three people in the government. I don't know. I know people like Sir Johnny. I know people like what's the other one? I know people like in fact Kofana were there again. So I know who else? I know Jerry Bagon. Who else? I know who else? That's it. Oh, Prince Tama. I know Prince Tama. That's it. I don't know anybody else. So there's nothing there for me to say I'm looking for a job. I'm not. In fact, if anything, I'm doing things free. No pay. And you guys should see my handiwork here very shortly. Thank you very much and good night.
Oh, you got a widow.
Oh, you're going to now. You see that? And I'm probably looking for you coming to force my person not to wait on your show, the show that you give me.
You can't leave like that, liberal.
You who left us for 9 months, the woman pregnant, eh? And now you want me because I want to leave you for 1 minute. You said no, but you have the nerve to leave us, not leaving us because the rest.
I don't want to gossip behind you.
Well, I'm not gossiping. You left the CEO, your co-host, for 9 months.
But let us see. Let us see. Preach his own case.
No, I'm preaching because
you're begging me to co-host for him.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get to this.
Okay.
The president is doing well. Okay? They said enough for a re-election. That should be the comfort. No, that should be the conversation right now. First of all, if any government cannot address the tabletop issue of the Liberian people, you can build all the modern roads, you can get them the electricity, you can get them the pipe-borne water. Re-electing you become a problem. All right. President Baka is now taking the trend of bringing more development to that country. Are the people even appreciating it? That's the first question. Is it enough for them to really put their neck on the chopping board and say, look, we got to vote for the president here to bring more. Now, since the gasoline business started with the Iraq thing and other thing, the high cost of living in Liberia is going up. You see, now as I speak to you, the money I used to send to my mother, it has increased. All right. So that has even blinded the people are now to even see some of the development and His Excellency is doing. I must agree with you. He try his best. Okay. But a lot of people are even frustrated now. To my house, there's a pipe-borne water and sewer pole right by that house there.
Oh, water and sewer.
I mean, yes.
What are they? Give you water to drink.
Wait a minute now. They put that water down there. My auntie is telling me that water there, no water there. She buying too much expensive under the government to the market. So she said, even at that point income, she will go to the well. But the high cost of living is high on her. You see, this is how the ordinary people are thinking in Liberia, there, liberal. You and myself, we are level-headed. We can stand on this building and say, like, put our name on the chopping board for President Bouaka. But the many people that are supposed to put him in power or the government in power are those people way down there. This is where I'm coming from. I'm not coming because I want to criticize the government. No, this is where I'm really coming from. All right? And send the gasoline business, the government decided to carry the price up because the government refused to subsidize the gasoline. That's where the problem coming from right now. And so In fact, the transport business now is a talk in the town. Going in the market is a talk, you see. And that kind of trend, the president needs to start thinking about it. The road, the electricity, the water, and even the solar panel, he even putting in the southeast. And so these are wonderful ideas. But
Guys,
in Liberia, we don't really focus on what is developed, and looking at we don't even have time for it. I think they were already coming from with an argument.
Thank you so much, guys. We're gonna wrap.
Dr. Mali, even in America, do you see what happening now? The economy, the people get development here, but once the food prices start going up, inflation, forget it. Election, they will not vote for you.
No, but I'm not even calling America. The Latino who get our bossman 51.
You sure, yeah? You get our you scared of
Now to the airport, they will catch you.
Okay, that's what's on that angry. You see, so
Thank you, Mr. So, for the
thank
show.
you, Mr. So. Thank you. Good night. We know you gotta go. Good night. Good night.
Next time, don't give me 1 minute, please.
If you come on time, I'll give you the time that is required.
Okay.
We have rules.
Dike Nyangwe, na Nyangwe, and Wilme. Oh, okay. Bompia, you are well away. Irreduo, Sia Dike Nyangwe, or Ebuya, Sia Swap on the way. Up one day with me, up one bar with me. So let our Dike, Yaru, and Louis said, Woodway, Nine way, not betano, second bow, our bagao. The Bombi, Basonka, no more cane, bar. No come by where if one nina and what we not two said where we do it was so kind of we near Sia kind of with where we are somewhere. He said, Bono, he said that well, he said that Gini, he said you are some pump, he said that where I put that way, I put you on that way. Even for that guy who are working, and I know about that guy, you know, I'm working, I wouldn't.